up, world? It's me, Brizzy, or Anna Brisbane. I'm a YouTuber, I'm a screen actor, I'm a Ravenclaw, but primarily, I consider myself a voice actor. Now, I'm still young, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and new to Los Angeles, but I do have a few animations and video games under my belt, such as Final Fantasy XV, Monster of the Deep, and Paradigm. And I get asked for this a lot, so here is my humble advice on how to make voice acting your career. I've said it before, but the first thing that must be said in any video of this nature is voice acting is acting. I know most people come to my channel for impressions, but just because you can do good impressions or a lot of silly voices, or you have a really nice, sexy sounding voice, doesn't mean you can have a career in voiceover. Because it's not about how many voices you have or what kind of voice you have, it's about how many characters you can believably act. This mic keeps falling, which is one reason I don't use this mic stand for actual voiceover. Step 1, get a mic stand that works. I'm failing already. And if all their voices are pretty much the same, so be it. Patrick Warburton is doing great because he's a magnetic actor who lives as his characters. So you gotta get your acting chops down pat first, and never stop working on it and getting better. Join a theater group, audition for plays and short films, sign up for acting classes and improv classes, anything you can do to hone your skills, especially if it's live on stage. Starting right now. Understood? Still interested? The whole acting spiel didn't scare you off? You're still interested in this voice acting thing? Cool. Moving on. Types of voiceover jobs. If you're living your life like the majority of us in this society, you're most likely hearing voiceover all day, every day, maybe without even realizing it. Because there is voiceover in everything. There's the obvious, like animation, cartoons, interactive, which is video games, mobile games, any sort of game that you interact with that has voices. Commercial, whether it's for radio, TV, or internet. Promo, which could mean trailers, something promoting something happening on TV, like tonight at 8 p.m. Central Eastern, what do they say? Audiobook narrations, radio dramas, you know that old school narrative that's just audio? They still make those. They're just usually on podcasts these days. I'm on one called Dark Ones, about all the classic Universal monsters, you know, like Dracula and the Invisible Man and werewolf and all of that. I'm the Wolf Man, or Wolf Woman. Her name is Ella. ADR, which stands for additional dialogue recording. That's when you're dubbing over something or adding in some extra voices in the background. You know how movies have actors as extras in the background? Well, those extras need voices, and that's what a loop group or Walla does, and you need them for cartoons too. It's like extras, but just your voices. Also, sometimes you need to ADR with voice matching when the original actor isn't available for some reason. Translations when a piece of media is being dubbed into your language, such as anime. E-learning, so basically the narration of any sort of educational media, whether it's a business training video or some sort of language learning audio experience, I don't know. Telephone and IVR, which stands for interactive voice response. It's that little voice you hear on an automated phone call when it's like, press 1 for English. Where can I make a living as a voice actor? There are so many options for where to live to make a living as a voice actor. And at the same time, there are very few great options. Los Angeles is and probably always will be the main hub for the majority of sections of voiceover. The majority of the big animation and movie and TV and video game studios are in Los Angeles. If you want to focus your career on commercial, you could do pretty well in New York City because a lot of huge advertising agencies are based out of New York. I've also heard there are great opportunities in Chicago and Montreal and Vancouver. Don't actually know much about that, but this is what I've heard. So if you're very anti New York or Los Angeles for some reason, you got options there. There's also Dallas, Texas, if you're super interested in anime, because that is where Funimation is based. So a lot of anime comes out of Texas. Online, it is difficult, but it's possible. Good luck. It's a place to start. If you're just getting started, online can get you somewhere. But to work from home, online, you need a home studio. In a home studio, the most important thing is to have a well-treated room. Far and beyond more important than having an expensive, fancy microphone. Second only to building a custom soundproof room, your best option is a walk-in closet with a bunch of clothes. My first home studio was like a 2x4 foot closet in my apartment in New York City. I crammed myself up into a ball sitting down with my laptop and my blue snowball microphone, USB mic, and I recorded my first auditions and jobs from there. So yeah, blue snowball, not the worst place to start. You can get a used one on eBay for like 30 bucks or less. It's not a great mic by any means, but it's a good place to start practicing. You'll also need a pop filter, 10 bucks on Amazon. And if you're ready to up your microphone game, you can then get a condenser mic, which plugs into a preamp, which then connects to your computer. Currently, I use the Rode NT1A, which is $230 on Amazon. And for a preamp, I use the Focusrite Scarlett Solo, which is $120 on Amazon. And just for my videos, I use this, which is a Shure PG42 USB mic. Goes straight to the computer. Very nice. If you want to level up even higher and fork up a couple $1,000s for a microphone, that's an option. But if you're at that level, you've clearly already got yourself a voiceover teacher or a coach and or an agent. So I would suggest talking to them and seeing what they recommend for you specifically, because that's a lot of money. Learn to record and edit on an easy, free program like Audacity or GarageBand. Super easy. There's YouTube tutorials on how to do everything in the world. You can do it. I believe in you. Finding an agent. Agents find you auditions for the best projects that are right for you. They negotiate your payment and they make sure you get paid. And for that, they take 10 to 15% of your earnings on that job. If an agent is telling you they charge you anything up front, run away. Danger! Agents should only ever be taking a small percentage of the jobs they get you. So you need an agent to get jobs, but you need to have jobs to get an agent. I mean, no, you don't need one immediately, but you do need one eventually if you want to start doing consistent bigger jobs. So before you're ready for bigger jobs, you gotta do smaller jobs. And before you're ready for smaller jobs, you gotta do free jobs. And if you hate the idea of voice acting for free, this is probably not the job for you, because you need to get experience and have fun honing your skills. Be stoked that you get to do this because it's freaking fun, man. Go to behindthevoiceactors.com/casting call and audition for some amateur projects. Lots of them are fan projects for existing franchises, so you might be asked to do some voice matches. Like I see some fan projects here for Super Dragon Ball Heroes and Spider-Man and Paper Mario. And some are original projects where you can create your own original voices and work along with the director to develop those. You know, fun voice acting stuff. So after you do a bunch of that, but before you get an agent, you might want to sign up for a website like voice123.com, where you may end up booking some paid gigs. Exciting, yes, but don't expect this to pay the bills. Sites like these can be great training grounds for building your confidence with auditioning and communicating with clients and just straight up work experience and honing your voice acting. But it's definitely not the big leagues, and they don't really pay well or often even fairly. You may even have to pay to use the site and send in your auditions. So if that's not your bag, don't do it. You don't need to do it. Instead of paying to audition for low-paying jobs, I would recommend working for free on fun projects, creating your own projects, and investing in your training. And eventually, a good demo. Unless you have a personal connection or some other outstanding circumstance, you'll need a great demo to get a great agent. But don't pay for an expensive demo until you know you're ready. And don't send a homemade demo to agents, please. If it's not up to par with the great actors they already have on their roster, they're not gonna dig it, and that might hurt your chances later down the line. I'll leave a link down there to a YouTube playlist of professional voiceover demos from actors you might recognize to show you how good professional voiceover demos can and should sound. I think the most effective way to get a good agent, rather than emailing your demo out to a person who's never heard of you before, is to get out there and make stuff of your own. I mean, that's what this YouTube channel is all about. That's why I started this channel almost 7 years ago, because I wanted to get more into voiceover and I wanted to be proactive about that and start making stuff on my own. And this channel is what has gotten me connections to agents and casting directors for video games and cartoons. Start a YouTube channel, join a theater or an improv troupe, make a web series or a short film or a radio drama. Make friends with people who also want to make things from all sides of it. Writers, directors, actors, animators, so you can all get together and make your own original little beautiful butterfly creations. If your heart is in it and you keep it up, you will get better and your work will get better and people will notice. And yes, agents are people too. And then the agent will ask for your great demo and you will have it because you've been training and you did your research and you found someone awesome to make you an awesome demo. How lucky, right? You know what they say, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Auditioning. Your audition should simply be you slating, which is saying your name and the character's name, Anna Brisbane reading for Cindy Lou Who, and your character's lines. Don't read the other character's lines, and don't have anyone else do it either. Those are just there so you know what's going on. And don't read the directions, like Cindy Lou Who walks up to the Grinch and smacks him in the face. No, we don't need that. Do add some nonverbal sounds, like whimpers, or hesitations, or squeaks, or I don't know, sniffles, where it feels appropriate. And don't add any external sound effects or music to make it sound legit. Improv once or twice to help your read stand out. Nothing that'll transform the script or be distracting. Just a few words or a line or two, just especially if it'll make them laugh. Never hurts. Title your files clearly and efficiently. Unless you're told otherwise, of course, use your name _ character's name _ your agency, if you have one. And export it as an MP3 unless you're asked otherwise. If it's a job and not just an audition, they probably want a .wav, but ask them if they haven't told you. If you want more detailed information on my do's and don'ts of auditioning, there's so much that could be said. Please give a thumbs up on this video so I know, for one, people are interested in more voice acting career stuff, and two, comment and tell me you specifically want the auditioning thing so I know. Joining the union. SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. Is that it? Yes, I think that's the first time I've actually said it out loud by myself without reading it. They're the union for actors who want to work on good projects for good money under fair and safe conditions. It's protection for an actor's livelihood and eventually it's health insurance. It's also the big leagues and membership is not cheap, so don't feel like you need to run head first into the union. You don't want to do that. Grand majority of the big live action and animated shows and movies, commercials, and video games are union. However, I'm pretty sure most anime is non-union, but not very well versed there, so sorry. You'll join the union when you're cast in a job that requires you to become union. So until that happens, don't worry about it. In the meantime, I think my best advice is just to keep your head in the game. Remember your goals and don't become complacent. Surround your life with this thing that you want to do and never stop thriving to learn and become better at it. Listen to podcasts like Talkin' Tunes with Rob Paulson, which I was just a guest on. Hey! And VO Buzz Weekly are both great conversational interview style podcasts that are fun and educational and inspirational. Just conversations between voice acting professionals and other voice actors or casting directors or agents and people in the business whose names and stories are just important to hear. Voice Acting Mastery with Crispin Freeman is a more teaching-heavy direct podcast from Crispin himself with some interviews thrown in if you're more into that. And invest in training! Acting classes or school, voiceover classes, improv class, singing lessons. No matter where you are in the world, you can do online courses like gravyforthebrain.com, which provides specific detailed courses and webinars on topics like commercials, video games, demos, agents, audiobooks, any kind of focused lesson you want to hear about, which is hopefully everything. Just make sure before you dish out the big bucks on any sort of class that you do your research, vet them, read reviews, hear what people have to say about these people, because there are a lot of duds out there just trying to take your money. For example, if a class offers to make your VO demo for you at the end of the class, red flag! Don't do it. Any teacher worth their salt will not tell you to make a demo until you are ready. More resources. Voiceover Voice Actor is a book by Yuri Lowenthal and Tara Platt. It is helpful, inspirational, funny, and a super easy and quick read. Grab a highlighter, read it, mark up your favorite tips because it's gonna be a lot of them. The voice actor documentary I Know That Voice by John DiMaggio and Tommy Reed. I don't think it's on Netflix, but it's on Amazon, and it's super fun and insightful and has all your faves in it. Definitely worth a watch. iwanttobeavoiceactor.com is the website by D. Bradley Baker, and it is one of the best resources for voice acting on the internet, and it is 100% free. 100% free. I could make an entire series of YouTube videos purely based on the lessons taught on Dee's website. And so for this video, I'm going to end with his 12 steps of a quick overview of how to start. 1. Get as much time as you can on a stage in front of a live audience as possible. This can be plays, stand-up, open mic, radio, choir, etc. Learn by doing in front of people. 2. Seek out, perform with, and observe actors and performers who are more experienced and better than you. 3. Get good improv experience and training. 4. Read out loud a lot. Read a lot in general, and not just books related to acting. 5. Watch classic movies and TV, even video games. 6. Practice imitating what you hear in movies, TV, and radio. 7. Try new experiences that are not related to acting, but feed your life. Expand your connection to life and people by traveling. 8. Connect with and nourish what you love. Follow hobbies, passions, activities that are not necessarily acting related, but that fulfill you. 9. Get voice and acting training only if it is constructive, practical, and brings you results. 10. Connect with who you are. Get healthy, work out, connect with your body, write in the diary of your daily journal, connect with and observe people. 11. Follow the fun and don't give up. 12. Read this site thoroughly and study others' inside as well. I agree, read his site. It's really helpful. The link to Dee's website and every resource or product that I've mentioned in this video is in the description down below, and none of it is sponsored. If you're interested in more voice acting career-related videos, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know if there is a demand, and leave a comment if you have any specific requests within that umbrella. Also, if you have any questions, leave a comment or tweet me at Brizzy Voices, because generally speaking, that is the best way to get a hold of me, especially if this video has been up for a while. And that is it. Thank you for listening to me ramble for what has it been, like 20 minutes or something. And remember what Dee said, follow the fun and don't give up. Bye.